The vets and pet owners who've contacted Your Voice, Your BBC News to raise concerns about the impact of rising vet bills on animals.
Pet owners are increasingly having their sick animals put down or are delaying taking them for treatment because of spiralling vet bills. Some are giving their pets to rehoming centres due to the high costs. Veterinary surgeons and nurses who contacted the BBC say prices are being driven up by big companies buying smaller practices. Our investigations reporter Jim Connolly has more.
We're a nation of pet owners, but the cost of treating them when they get ill is having an impact on how we look after them. Take, for example, Avril and her best friend, Dougie. Avril has always wanted to do anything for Dougie. He's getting old and she's worried the cost of his treatment is spiralling. He's gone deaf and she fears skipping checkups due to the cost may have made things worse.
I've gone through a lot of soul-searching with myself to think, because he was prone to infections, ear infections, well, I actually felt a bit guilty when he went deaf. I thought, did I not take him enough? You know, was I avoiding taking him?
Do you worry that Dougie's going to be your last dog?
He is going to be my last dog. At this point in time, it just feels impossible. Good boy. Come on.
Avril is not alone. Hundreds of pet owners got in touch with Your Voice, Your BBC News after a recent story on vets. Quite simply, animal lovers across the country are struggling to pay their bills. Increasing vet bills mean that rehoming charities like the Blue Cross are getting busier, treating more animals and rehoming those that people simply can't afford. It all means more work for head vet Paul and his team here. This cat has a broken jaw after being run over.
So we know that people are struggling financially, but with the cost of vet care increasing, that it does present a ticking time bomb for animal welfare because the situation is only going to get worse.
The regulator, the Competition and Markets Authority, is looking at whether a lack of competition is behind soaring prices. It says 6 big chains now own almost 2/3 of practices. We've spoken to 25 vets, nurses and industry insiders. They wouldn't talk on camera, worried about losing their jobs.
So this is their pied.
But locum vet Callum wants to speak out.
Just hiding down here. Honestly, it's gut-wrenching, like, I'm getting emotional about it now. We're having cases come in that have been left for months and months and months, and it normally ends up being euthanasia, putting the animal to sleep because they can't afford the bill, because it works out cheaper than fixing them.
So are you seeing more euthanasia?
I'm seeing a lot more now than when I first qualified, yeah. Used to go from 1 every fortnight to 1 every 4 or 5 hours. That sort of level. To be restitched.
Callum got in touch after a recent BBC File on 4 radio documentary found vets felt under pressure to bring in more money per pet. So did hundreds of animal lovers. The British Veterinary Association says providing highly skilled treatment is costly and fees reflect this. The corporate chains say there are many factors behind price rises, such as advances in treatment and demands from clients for higher standards of care.
You know, at least I still can hang in there and keep him, but I feel desperately sorry for those people who've actually given up their pets.
We'll have to wait until next year to find out what next for the industry. The regulator will rule on a range of options, including price caps and greater transparency in costs.
I'm glad we're talking. I'm glad we're doing this, because if anything can be done to sort this out and help, you know, the animals and also, you know, the people who are so fond of their pets.
Is that why you contacted the BBC then?
Yes, I saw your article and I was like, yes, you know, go for it.
Jim Connolly, BBC News.